Here it's completely obscured by the tree. Here's where the object's first detected. It's blocked by the tree, blocked again. It makes a sharp bank on its side, switching from one axis to another, and speeds past camera. Rob then tells us after further review he's confident that this is actually a craft flying at high speeds. Here's why. Notice how the drone flight path causes parallax. The foreground elements increase in size and track away from the destination vanishing point. He shows us what the destination vanishing point is, pointing out that stationary objects in frame will track away from this point at a rate proportionate to their distance from this point and from the camera. Here are the first few frames where the object can be detected. Rob reverses the motion of the object and replays it a couple times. So again, this is going back to the first couple frames where the object's detected, and he shows us that there are actually these reference points. There's the tree in the foreground, this utility tower, mid-range, and then there's the mountain peak itself in the distance. Look at how these tracking points shift in proportion to the distance from the vanishing point in the camera. The background distance of this mountain range is about 2.5 miles away, and notice how there's very little movement in this flying object. The flying object has separation from the vanishing point, but it still doesn't track with the foreground or the midfield. In other words, it doesn't obey the parallax tracking. See, in this clip here, the object's barely even visible and it's just simply not tracking with the foreground. The foreground's tracked significantly, but the object's only moved a little bit and it continues to have very little detail, which is consistent with it being far away. It then suddenly increases its speed. To make an equally compelling point that this thing couldn't possibly be a bug, Rob Woodis actually shows us a bug from an earlier point in the very same raw footage. Here's an actual bug from earlier in the scene. Did you see it? Again, another reason we wanted to get this raw footage out for you guys to look at. Now notice how this bug looks absolutely nothing like the flying object in question. First of all, it's black, it's flying around erratically, and it's clearly flapping its wings. The UAP, on the other hand, has no wings or any visible means of propulsion. It's white or metallic. It has no markings. It's able to bank on its side, and it seems to fly perfectly straight, if not up a little bit, in a way that a bug or bird could never do without flapping its wings. Where is the wing flap on this UAP? Not once does it appear to flap. Another fact that Rob points out is that the object in question flies much farther than this bug because it starts out smaller and it exits frame much larger. So if they are the same type of object, one has traveled much farther than the other in the same amount of time, meaning it's traveling at a much faster speed. All right, this is easily my favorite part of Rob's analysis. I'm just going to let you watch. So this demonstrates the true beauty of a crowdsourced investigation. Rob takes a few objects. He takes these 3 trees, this pathway here, and he pulls it up on Google Earth. So he's able to show the exact location of where the drone operators, Sam Shortek and Jimmy Chappie, are standing. He's also then able to show where the drone was flying when it encountered the UAP. Using these Google Earth coordinates, Rob's able to show that the object's originating at least 160 feet away, although other estimations show this mountain range being about 2.5 to 3.5 miles away. In other words, these are speeds no bug could ever possibly reach. From Rob's analysis, he estimates that this craft was flying 9,000 miles per hour at a minimum. And Parallax proves it. What do you think? Thank you guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed the video, please give us a thumbs up. Also, subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm going to be posting videos like this about every week going forward. Be sure to also subscribe to Rob Woodis's channel. I'll link that below, and we'll see you guys next time.